Good afternoon everybody. Welcome back to the channel, Fishing AT. It's been a bit hectic. I'm down at Abbotsbury. It's Thursday the 11th of June. It's 4:15 in the afternoon. Low tide. Just had a cracking bite on a loop rig with size 2 hooks and ragworm. Let's see what we got. Baby starry smooth out, taking on a size 2, taking on a size 2 hook on a loop rig. That's a good start. Let's get him unhooked and we'll take a better look. So we're fishing just for an hour. On the first 3 casts on the loop rig I've had a whiting, which was about 3 inches long, a pouting, which was half a pound, and now this baby, well I say baby, this smooth hound, about 3 pound, getting better. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. As I said earlier, it was low tide I came. So we've got a 11 o'clock high tide tonight, and we've got about a 2 metre difference, so we've got a 3.5 metre high tide on the Chesil scale. So it's not a small tide, it's not a spring tide, it's a middling tide. One thing is that it's blowing quite hard at the moment. It's about 10 mile an hour southwesterly. A lot of weed in the water. It was quite windy yesterday, looking at the forecast 15-ish. So there's a lot of weed in the water. That's making fishing a little bit tricky at the moment, but the forecast is for the wind to drop off this evening, so we'll see how things go. So first 3 casts on the loop rig. As I say, I had a pouting, a whiting and a smooth hound. Things are quieting down a bit now. I've got a up and over out with either a sand eel or a prawn bait, and I got also a third rod with a size 1/0 pully rag and squid. Baits today, I've got fresh ragworm I picked up from Abbotsbury Angling, first time I've been in there, so thanks guys for that. And I've also got some frozen mackerel, squid, sand eel, frozen blacks, yeah, that's about it, and a few prawns. I was talking about the weed. There's a double figure specimen. It's pretty horrendous at the moment with the tide pull, but also absolutely tons of this stuff in the water. So that's making life pretty challenging. No more fish to report after that 3 cast flurry at the start of the session. Fingers crossed that the weed eases off a little bit. So if you want seaweed, come to Abbotsbury. As I said earlier, I'm fishing at Abbotsbury, parking the car park. I've walked up to the Dragon's Teeth and I'm about 100 yards car park side. Quite a lot of anglers down the bottom there, but nobody up this end. I'm probably about 300 yards further on from the nearest angler, which is nice. Managed to get another double figure weed fish, a big bramble in it as well. stopped fishing 3 rods. That was a mistake. Trying to get the rods up as high as I can, and yeah, seaweed farming at the moment. Fingers crossed for another smooth out. So earlier on I had that a smooth out on a loop rig, and I think actually it was a size 4. So size 4, 20 pound hook length. So shows that you can, certainly on the smaller ones, you can get them in. One thing I haven't been fishing for a few weeks, but I bought a product called Plasti Dip, which is like a metal paint. I've got some primer. I'll put a picture either here or here so that you can see the product. Just to make some coloured leads. Basically just open the tin and dip the paint, the weight in, and a bit like treacle, and it sort of sets very quickly. It's like a plasticized paint. So I've just thought I'd give that a go. I've also got luminescent ones as well, just because I've fancied seeing what that looked like as well, but obviously we'll wait till it's dark on that. So yeah, that's how it is, but it's very quiet. Still plenty of weed, and baits. Some baits are coming back completely untouched, others are stripped, so it's hard to gauge whether there's any crab activity as such. But as yet, touch wood, haven't lost any snoods. So fishing loop rigs on one rod. So with a 3 ragworm, or quite small ragworm. It's the bottom hook clipped into an imp. You can see the loop there. And then the top snood is on the Cascade swivel. I'm fishing a 7-ounce lead, coloured lead, as I described earlier. I was using plain leads earlier on, but basically I was ending up down the beach. The tide was pulling that hard, and the weed and everything, so I put grip leads on now. The wind has eased off, and the weed is easing, but it's still plenty of it there. Anyway, let's whack this one out, see how far we can get it. The answer is not very far. So if you're new to Chesil, obviously lots of spider crabs here at times. One way to combat that is to use a popped up bait or pop-ups with floating beads on your snoods. So these are 8 to 10 mil beads basically, which float your bait up, hold it up off the water, off the bottom. And generally I find that when I use pop-ups, so these are the top ones, top snood. This is just a 2-hook. This is just a 2-hook clip rig. So a 2-hook paternoster basically clipped down. But if you use pop-ups, and they're all tackle shops and mail order places sell them, and basically you'll find that the crab's less likely to be able to get to your bait. So typically 2 or 3, I find, for me, works okay. I spoke too soon about the spider crab. This one took a liking to dragon squid on up and over, obviously not popped up. Little baby one. Anyway, you can go back in and annoy so another angler. Anyway, let's keep going. it got very quiet, so I thought I'd start spinning for mackerel. And here we go. There's a couple of mackerel. They're nice for tea tomorrow. They were very close, almost in the gutter. So for 5 fish, 4 species now. Nothing on the bait. Obviously got the pop-ups now because the spider crabs are there. Stopped using the up and over rig. So let's see if we can get a few more mackerel. So I don't buy mackerel feathers. I make my own. I never throw away any sort of size 1.0 or size 2 hooks. I basically keep them, and then I just, in a maybe 60-70 pound piece of mono, form a series of blood loops, and then cut the blood loop to give you a little snood, and then so I just got a stop knot on there, and I got some swivel, I got some sequins and a couple of beads just to space them out. And then on the hook I thread sequins onto the hook, and a bit of this is just red plastic tubing I've got, and then space them out about 8 to 10 inches. And anything that's got a bit of flashing, attraction is good. So mackerel feathers, I don't know how much they cost, but I just prefer to make my own. midnight, and as Chesil sessions go, quite a weird one this one. I had the 3 fish in the first 3 casts, and then absolutely nothing. So from about 4 o'clock onwards, 8 hours or so, no fish whatsoever. High tide's been and gone. Spider crabs have been out in force after dark, snipped a couple of snoods off, but no bites, nothing. Absolutely dead as a dono. And a couple of mackerel spinning. I tried a few times, a few casts every now and then, but yeah, that's how it goes. Anyway, it's good to be out. I didn't blank, so caught a few fish. Always nice to get a smooth out. And yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully out again soon. Maybe fishing. Well, hopefully you have a bit better luck than me. But it's always nice to take care everyone. Bye now. Bye.